Well, folks, we're here with Nick Carpenter, the one and only Toledo handyman. How you doing,
Nice to see you again, Mike.
Well, we're not ready for quick tips yet. Too early in the show.
Right. Yeah, we're just here at one of our properties, one of our many projects that we got going on today. But not just today. It's going to be ongoing for a few weeks. Today, nice day out. We took advantage of it. We tell everybody now's the time to paint, and you know, we live by them rules. Here we are, we're painting today. We got it prepped. We painted it just white. It's aluminum siding.
Right.
I know this is an older home. Very difficult to get this type of siding.
Sure.
And as we talked about before we started, this type of siding, well, we had an addition on the back of this house.
Right.
When we took it off, we obviously had to patch in all this siding.
Right.
It's a double, it's an 8-inch lap, but it's got a heavy grain pattern. So what we did was we took a lot of the siding off, put it on the back of the house, matched it up pretty nice. We got a couple seams that are off, but you know, it saves us a lot of cost, and we're all about saving money.
Sure.
Every chance we get, we try to save some money.
Well, this is one of the big things. If you've got a house that has that type of aluminum siding, and you're at this level, even though it may not look good, maybe it's pitted, maybe it's old looking, this stuff is, it's just so valuable.
Yeah.
You want to paint this, and that's what I wanted to come over here. We'll get our cameraman over here. Some of the things, I don't know if we can touch it yet or anything, but basically when you do a process like this, I mean, is there anything they need to do? Like, one of the big problems is, you know, you can put your hands down this and you get white, you get the white all down.
Yep, exactly.
Is there a spray you got to put on this before you hit this?
Well, first of all, the prep. We came in here. Remember, any house built before 1978, I got to touch base on this.
No,
we have lead problems.
Okay.
Because there's a chance it could have lead. This is aluminum siding, didn't have any lead in it, but we still take the same precautions. We put down drop cloths to catch any of the flakes that might come up, but we came in, we power washed this. That's number one. We got to have a clean surface that our paint's going to adhere to well.
Okay.
After that, then we went and spot primed any of the worst areas that had mildew and mold.
Okay.
Which wasn't few. We just went around the windows, and then the paint we use is an exterior satin. I like a satin finish on my
Little
paint.
shine to it, just a little.
So it's easier to rinse off.
Sure,
we get in some areas that don't get a lot of sun, a little bit of mildew, we want to just rinse them off. Our paint, then, we put a Mildewcide additive directly in the paint to help to prevent any mildew to grow in the future.
Oh, wow.
So then we just go ahead and put a nice coat. Now you got to be careful with aluminum. Don't go try to rush it. Don't put it on really heavy, or it's going to run all over the place.
Right.
That's the difference between a professional job and an amateur job. I can't tell you how many houses I've came to where somebody went and sprayed the heck out of a house, started running. If it does happen, and it will happen to any of you, if you go to spray and it starts to run, get a brush out. Make sure you brush with the grain. Most siding does have a grain with it. If it doesn't, still don't brush up and down. Brush with the siding. It's going to hide a lot of it. I mean, you're going to hide a lot of sins by just brushing the right way.
Well, and two, with A+, you're just your prep work. We're already starting to take things down, but man, you know, you had one lady come over and tell one of your guys you thought the house was all boarded up. You had it all so wrapped so good so you wouldn't get any of this and mess any of this up. Yeah. Because the windows are still pretty good here. Yeah,
they're older windows, but they are a vinyl replacement, and they're insulated glass. We didn't want to just, we can reuse these. These are fine. Sure. Okay. Now, if we had the old wood windows, single pane, we would have came here and replaced them. We're all about saving money too whenever we can, because this house, when we're done with it, either it's going to be a rental or we're going to be reselling it.
Sure.
The reason we buy these houses, I buy them personally, this gives me the opportunity to have men that aren't trained or need more experience. We bring them in to work on these types of homes.
Yeah, and
then now what's great, we get to share this with your viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
And show you a couple little tricks that we can do to save you some money.
And once it's all done, yes, we'll have a pretty picture of this place in a few weeks, so if you're interested in buying this. Hey, let's go up the front. You did some massive work up here on the front. Nick, this porch, a week ago there, the porch, it was just completely falling down, and probably one of the things that made it, you know, this house sat for a long time, and you know, the water damage, you put the new roof and everything on, you were able to come in here and, you know, for not a lot of money, you've put in a very strong, sturdy deck.
That's correct. We could not salvage anything on this porch.
No,
the only thing we salvaged was the original aluminum frames. These will never rot.
Right.
You know, we're going to go ahead, and we haven't painted these yet. We're going to go ahead and put a Rust-Oleum type paint on this just to keep the oxidation down, because aluminum doesn't rust, it oxidizes. That's that white that you talked about when you rub your hand on it, get a little bit of white. It's oxidizing. That's fine. All we're going to do is paint it. We're going to make it pretty. But the wood itself, there was nothing left. So what we did, we supported the roof here. ripped all this out. We went ahead and reframed this to code and put a deck and kept the costs down. Just use standard deck boards that you can get at your local supply house.
Right. Now, footer-wise, I'm assuming you had to probably put in all new footers for this then, too.
Well, actually, all the cement footers were still in place. We couldn't save any of the lumber. That was no good, but all the footers were still there, so that was great. We were able to reuse those.
Well, this is beautiful. It's a good start. Now, are we going to put something here? Are we going to leave this? You just haven't decided?
I do not have to put a handrail on this just because how low the step is. We are going to end up landscaping all of this. It's mulch, some green shrubbery in here. Just give it some color. Maybe put some shutters on. We haven't got that far yet. We got a lot more framing yet to do.
Well, when we come back, we're going to take you inside this house, and I'm going to show you what it looked like before. We're at the during stage right now.
Very much so.
We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Nick with A+ Building Maintenance, your Toledo handyman. I was asked when and why should you change your furnace filter? Well, let's answer the simple one. You should change your filter out every 3 to 4 months, depending on how often you use it, if you have central air, if you're running it all the time. Now, the main reason you want to change out your furnace filter, one of the big ones is keep that furnace clean. Newer furnaces today come with a lot of different electronics, such as circuit boards and pressure sensors that you want to keep clean. This is going to save you a lot of money on costly repairs down the road. Furnace filters typically are about $2–3 bucks a piece, maybe cheaper if you buy a big pack of them. Another reason is you want air purity in your home. You want your air quality to be good. So the more you change that filter out, the better air quality you're going to have in your home. If you have more questions about this or would like to ask your own question or you want to see some more tips, please visit us on ToledoHandyman.com. I'm Nick with A+ Building Maintenance, your Toledo handyman, and that was your tip for the week.
We're inside, Nick, and we've been coming here since kind of day one. A lot of work has gone on in here, and explain to us here, you know, there's some things that you've done with, you know, putting in, we're actually in the new living room here.
That's correct.
Never really, it had a living room, dining room, it was like one big long thing here.
Yeah, when you first walked into this, the layout really didn't make sense.
Right.
So what we did was make it a little more usable space. So this was one big room. There was a large closet that was here. That had to go. That housed a part of the furnace ductwork. We're not putting a furnace back into this. We're going to run electric baseboard heat.
Which tell the viewers, I mean, when 10 years ago when you said that, people cringed.
Right.
But that's changed.
Right. Well, for one, we're going to go with 220 baseboard heating. That's going to save a lot of people.
Like it's
not. It's actually going to use less electricity.
Like
they were utilizing the dormer in this home. We can't do that now. We don't have enough height. We got to have a minimum of 7 feet. I don't have that.
So
we had a set of stairs that were weren't built very well. We tore those out.
Okay.
We made 2 bedrooms. This had, if you remember, one long bedroom, and it wasn't a good trade. We cut that up. We now have 2 closets, and now with this long room, I wanted to make some definite. You know, this is the dining room now.
Sure.
That's going to be our living room. That's why I put the wall. Originally, there was a wall here, and someone took it out.
Right.
So now you definitely know there's a living room. This is a dining room. We're going to be putting allure type flooring in here. Nice dark hickory flooring with white trim. It's going to look really nice. And now we have the kitchen originally came through here.
Right.
We now blew that out. We wanted to make this a little more usable.
Well, now that's going to be the big thing for the people with the design that you've been able to do. You're going to be it's smaller, but it's going to seem bigger.
It's a lot more functional.
Yeah, amen.
It's a lot more functional. Originally, they had a bathroom that sat here, right in the middle of the kitchen, and there was space behind it. We got rid of all that. We don't want to. We're going to be putting, as you see, all new electrical. We're going to be putting all new plumbing in. We're updating all the electrical so that we have the new baseboard heating. We have a new water heater going in. We got now an actual working bathroom that makes sense.
That's the bathroom over there. And it's huge for a one-story house. It's going to be a nice sized bathroom.
Yeah, it's a nice 2-bedroom home. We're going to have a lot of storage in the dorm. We're going to make it so it does have an access up there. This is going to be insulated with Owens Corning insulation. It's going to be a very energy efficient home when we're done.
Well, real quick, we'll wrap it up here now. We are in the kitchen area here, and you're actually going to be utilizing both sides here. So there's going to be cabinetry here, cabinetry on this side, but they're going to have work area on both sides.
We're going to have an 8-foot countertop, base cabinets countertop with wall. We built a soffit for the wall cabinets here. We're going to have a 6-foot cabinet over here. Base cabinet, sink. Then we put the full soffit in. We're going to have a cabinet here, fridge, stove, built-in microwave.
Wow, this is just going to be, I'm so excited how this is going to look. I know it's going to take some time here, but you guys are doing a good job with it. We'll have a quick tip on here in a little bit. You know, we got to utilize him as much as we can. The guy knows more about this stuff than I could in my little pinky, you know, one of them things.
I don't know, but I try.
Well, you got a big weekend ahead of you, and we'll be showing more of this next week.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you very much.